Hi, my name is Becca, and this is my story. I'm not going to say that my life has been easy, but it has not been hard either. As a child, I always grew up in a happy home and had a happy youth, but my parents weren't really together, as my dad lived far away from my mom, and I didn't really see him that often. At that time, I had a lot of medical issues go down. I had a broken leg, eye surgery, and heart surgery, and I also have a disease called neurofibromatosis that led to having major back problems and a brain surgery. It meant I had to have a lot of surgeries and miss school every now and then to have doctor's appointments or pre-surgery appointments, and I didn't understand why I had surgeries or why God was doing this to me. My friend Sabrina and her sister Crystal were the two people that led my family to Cross Point. Sabrina tragically passed away in a car accident in December of 2015, but her sister Crystal is still here and still one of the most important people in my life. They forced my family to come to Cross Point because we didn't have a church, because our church that we used to go to was about an hour away, and they wanted us to come to Cross Point with them to just get the feel of it. We fell in love with the church, and we were very glad that they brought us. When all this stuff was going on between my medical issues, losing people, and then my family being pulled apart, I didn't know who God was. I knew about him, but I didn't truly know him. As a fact of if he was doing all this stuff to me, was he even real and why? And I would constantly say that I hate him after medical issues and everything like that. After I went through my medical issues, my brother had started having seizures, and at that point I completely lost it because I'd understand me and my stuff, but I didn't understand why my brother was going through it. And it really destroyed my love and relationship with God because I didn't understand, and I'd constantly blame him and not think of the actions that caused or anything like that. I just think it'd be his fault because if he has everything and he's got it, why is he harming good people? When I came to church, Kip Whitley was talking, and I remember listening to his preaching, and I remember just realizing there was more to God than I ever thought. As time went on, my family taught me more, and my friends did too, and they constantly told me there's more to God, there's more to God. And when I transitioned into student ministry, I really got more connected. As a pastor, Jonathan helped me see a lot of more stuff. And then the fundraiser that the church had held for me was called Bald for Becca. It really meant a lot because I didn't feel alone anymore, and I felt like there was more people than just me going through this and having a shaved head and having to deal with weird looks and everything. I felt loved. In spring of 2018, we had an event called D Now. I was forced to go by my mom because she thought it would be a good idea for Brendan and I. I didn't really want to go at all, but I was forced. When we walked into D Now, I remember not wanting to be there. I remember ignoring what Pastor Eddie had wanted to say. I realized, wow, I call myself a Christian, but I don't honor God as the way I should be. And that's when I sat there and I went, I need to give my life. I need to believe and love and trust and have a relationship with God, because not having a relationship with God would be horrible. And so that's when I stood up and decided. And I told my youth leader, and she was all happy. And I was happy ever since then because I felt like a totally different person. Since I've given my life to Christ, it's been wonderful. I've had amazing friends, an amazing family, and an amazing church by my side. I don't know what I'd do without them. They make me realize that, hey, you've got this. And especially with my relationship with God, it's amazing. I don't turn to him when I'm mad or anything. I just look at him and go, all right, you've got this. What am I going to do? Throughout my whole chemo treatment, I just believed that he had this. And if stuff happened. And we would figure it out or something like that. On the first night of camp of this year, I remember Pastor Chris was talking about being restored and having a relationship with God and getting it fixed, even if you already have a relationship with Him. And I realized that in our spiritual walk with God, sometimes we need to be restored. And I decided that I needed to recommit my relationship with God so it's better than it was. On the last night, Pastor Chris was talking about baptism. I realized I need to be baptized then and there too, because I love and trust God, and I want people to know that. And so that's why I'm here today, declaring to everyone that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior.